Okay, perfect. So our webinar today, it's actually going to be a lot of really great information, feedback on this from a lot of our personal shoppers needing some help or not understanding fully how Shop Your Way works or the capabilities of it. So we're going to go through two of those things today. First one is on creating a Shop Your Way brand page, and the second one is on client messages. So some of you might already be familiar with this. So maybe if anybody wanted to share some details or how they manage their brand page or messages, definitely feel free to type your message on the chat. So first one we're going to start out with is creating your own brand page. So if you're not aware of this already, every member, looks like my thing is paused. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, sorry, it looks like, sorry I had it paused earlier. So every member on shopyourway.com can create their own brand page. So what that will allow you to do is to keep your clients engaged and also share your latest finds with them. So I'm actually going to, instead of doing screenshots for this whole thing, I figured it was easier just to show you guys how exactly it works. So let me go ahead and get logged on to Shop Your Way here. Okay, so everybody should be able to see my Shop Your Way screen. So when I log in, this is going to be my main login screen. Actually, this is Lauren's. Thank you, Lauren, for letting me use it. And so what I want to do is create a brand page. And a brand page on Shop Your Way is very similar to a business page or a brand page on Facebook. So put your own content, talk about it, and you can manage it as a separate entity as opposed to, and you can view page stats, and you can keep all your readers who are following that page, you can keep them up to date and current and informed. So the way you create your own brand page, and you do not have to be, I know there was questions in the past, you have to be a blogger to do this. No, you do not. You don't have to be an actual brand. You as a personal shopper, that's your brand. So we're going to go to brands. If you click on it, it'll pull up a list of all brands that are already created that you can follow. You can see here brands you follow, brands you manage, and here you can create a new brand. I'm going to click on that. And it's going to come up something real simple. You can, how to start your brand page. So you can type the name of your brand page. It can be anything you like. Obviously, if it's something that's already picked, they're not going to allow it, so you'll have to change it. I'm just going to call this Amy's Webinars. You can put a tagline if you'd like. If not, you don't have to. You can upload an image here. And all you have to do is hit OK, and it'll start your brand page. I have already created one. Lauren and I were in Atlanta last week. So I decided to create a brand page, more for the purpose of, I know, like I said, there was a lot of talk about it, but I just wanted to go through the actual process as it was fresh in my mind. We've done it in the past, but the whole process to keep fresh in my mind. And honestly, it took me all of 10 minutes, if that, to get it set up, get images set, and get it all created. So anybody can search for Lauren and Amy Hit Atlanta. It'll show up on the top feed here. You can see it. And we can put content on here and share content. Now the thing is, if you notice along the top here, by recent activity, catalogs, questions, it doesn't give many options as far as being an admin for this page or an owner for this page. And the reason why is, again, just like Facebook, it's going to link you as a separate kind of owner or login for it. But you don't have to create a separate login. All you have to do is go to your and choose your page that you just created. So now I'm using this page as the owner of this one. So now it's going to give me a couple different options. So it's going to give me the same options, the catalogs, question followers, but in addition, I can view page stats, and I can also edit my settings, which is really great. So let me go through your catalogs here. Again, I created this really quick, kind of in between some talks at the conference, and created just, you know, a couple catalogs of things that we were talking about during the conference. You have a questions tab that you can ask a question and help others answer questions. You can also view your followers. So you have the personal shopper team here following Lauren and I on our trip. You can also view your page stats, again, very similar to what you would see on other social media sites. You can see your engagement, your total visits. Again, because this was recently created and kind of created just for fun, the stats aren't that great. But still, you can definitely see what's going on your page, the kind of engagement. You can change the dates to see what happened during a certain date range, which is really great. The last part is really important because what you can do here on the Edit Settings tab is not only can you edit the actual settings of your brand page, such as the tagline, the photo you can change, you can also automatically link your other social media sites to it, so it'll automatically update. So again, within a couple of minutes, I created an Instagram account for both of us. And so we were just taking pictures throughout the conference, and anytime we would post that to Instagram, it would automatically go to our Shop Your Way brand page, which is awesome. So you can do that with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can auto-link to it. It does take anywhere from, it can be a couple of minutes to 24 hours before it uploads, is what we are finding, but it will get there eventually. So let me go back to our main screen here and show you. Most of the items on here, these this Buckhead Diner and these little appetizer things, these are all directly from Instagram. I did not have to go back into Shop Your Way and post these. These were automatically posted from our Instagram account, which is really fantastic because it takes the guesswork out of it. And once you're in Instagram, you don't have to select, I know now you have to select post this to Facebook, post it to here. This, because you have your accounts linked, it automatically does it for you, which is a really great feature. Another thing to point out is that if you want to create a catalog, do that. And again, because you're logged in and using the site as Lauren and Amy, everything you do is going to be tied to this brand page when you're logged in like this. So I'm going to do toys for 2014. So I just created a new catalog. It is going to go on this brand page only. And when I find items to add to it, just going to go ahead and pull up a few products to show you how this works when adding stuff. I apologize, it looks like it's taking a little bit of time. But what I'm going to point out is that it'll only pull up the catalogs that are linked to that page. So if you on your personal account have 500 catalogs already created, you won't have to scroll through and try to find that catalog. It'll pull up exactly what is on that brand page only if that's how you're logged in and using it. And I apologize for taking just a few minutes here. There we go. So I am going to add this Ultimate Nail Dryer set to my catalog. And as you can see, those are the only 3 catalogs that are going to show up at that time. I'm going to add that. And then anytime I click on the Shop Your Way logo at the top, it's going to bring me back to that brand page. So you can see all the activity that's going on. Here we can see the Barbie set that we just added. And then it'll also show up in your catalogs, and it'll only have that catalog. Even though our main account has more catalogs, it's only going to show these ones. So you can keep everything really separated from your personal to your business, which is great. Also, all of your followers, once they log in, they're going to see that we created this catalog, Toys for 2014, and added these products to it. So they're going to see just that information. So really great way to keep kind of personal and business separated if that's what you like, but also a really great way to keep users and your clients engaged and informed of what's going on with you as a personal shopper. So that's kind of the big overhaul on brand pages. Again, super easy, really quick setup, really engaging with your already existing social media accounts, even if it's not, like I said, I did between setting up this page and an Instagram account, I was probably no more than 10 minutes total. It was very, very quick and easy. Does anybody have any questions regarding creating brand pages? Okay. Great question. Sharon asked, how do you delete a brand page if you no longer want it? Great question, and I believe you're kind of putting me on the spot here. I believe it's going to be in your settings. I will have to get back to you on that because I know it's possible. I'm just not sure kind of where it's at right now. So I will definitely get back to you guys on where exactly you can delete. You can also, if needed, if you're working, I know we have some husband and wife teams out there, you can also make, so you might be logged in as yourself, but you want somebody else to help you manage this brand page. You can also add admins to your page so that this page will then show up in their own login, so you won't have to share login information with them, which is a really great feature as well. So there's lots of settings within the Edit Settings tab that you can view and make it really customized. All right, let me go ahead and get back to the webinar now. Okay, everybody should be seeing the webinar now. So now we're going to talk a little bit about client messages. This was another one that came up. Choya, if you're on the phone, this was kind of thanks to you. I know Choya shared a story recently where she had a couple of members come to her and say, we've been trying to reach out to our personal shopper and we haven't heard anything, and we emailed you, and within minutes you had responded. So they had switched their personal shopper because of that. So it's really important to make sure that you know how your personal shoppers can communicate with you and that you're able to communicate. You can provide them that service. So client messages. So when a client logs into their personal shopper app, you guys are obviously going to see your dashboard. But what they see is their dashboard, if you will, where they can rate you as a personal shopper. They can also send you a message, and it's right there under your star rating, under your picture. It'll say send a message. So they can do that, and that message is going to show up in your Messages app. It's not going to show up on your personal shopper dashboard. So it's really important that you know where to find these. So you can either, when you're on your main screen, I apologize, I have you paused again. There you go. So it'll show up on your main screen in your profile, next to your profile picture. There'll be a little kind of conversation bubble. You can click on that directly. You don't have to be in the app space. You don't have to be in your personal shopper space. You can click on it depending on any page you're on. You can click on that. You can also go to apps and click on the Messages app also. Both of those will bring you to the exact same location. And what you're going to see this is my personal shopper account. So what you're going to see is all the messages that you receive. Some of them are promotional from Sears and Kmart and Shop Your Way, and others are messages from within your community. So if you see on the top left of the messages, Jimmy Sweeps, he's my client. So if you guys are familiar with Sweeps, Jimmy Sweeps. So he sent me a question saying, I'm looking for an infinity scarf for my girlfriend. She's 24, likes neutral colors. Any help would be appreciated. So I said, thank you. Do you have a budget in mind? He wrote back right away, and so the max I can go is about $30. You know, I'm not very good. Is that a good price range? And so I said, yeah, that's great. I'll keep your budget in mind. $30 is very reasonable. I'll also look for some coupons. So again, within minutes, this is very quick. It's not time consuming, depending on what they're looking for. I created a personalized catalog, and I also checked client offers to see if there were additional savings. So I added just a few items to make the selection simple for him. And I also right away sent him a $5 back, $25 or more, online or in store. So really great deal to take advantage of for him. So I just sent him a message back, again, all through the messaging center, saying, here's a link to your catalog of options. You said you like neutral colors, so I included some neutral as long as some that would provide a pop. So I kind of walked through my decisions. I said, you know, these are the ones that I kind of like. And, you know, also they're really decently priced, so maybe you can pick up a couple for her. I also told him that I sent him a coupon, so he knew to look for that as well. I also let him know if this isn't what you're looking for, let me know, and we'll make sure we go back and do it again. But again, I didn't want to overwhelm him with the thousands of choices that we have on Infinity Scarf. So I picked out the ones that were kind of appealing to me and kept it simple for him. So he wrote back and said, thank you so much. I ended up ordering 2, which is perfect because he came just looking for 1. And he also used the coupon for the $5 off. So really great, super easy interaction. You know, it's all through the messages. So again, if this is a message that you would have missed out on the sale and helping him. And, you know, he said, I'll definitely reach out to you if I need anything in the future. So really, really great to make sure that you are checking those messages and responding back to your clients with an appropriate amount of time so they know that you're engaged and you're there. I see a question from Adelina. I see, oh, you've been using your personal account as a brand page if you want to transfer stuff over. I don't do that because it is run as separate pages. So you would have to start fresh, or you can create the brand page, and while on the brand page, look up your personal account and then just copy and paste the items that are in those catalogs would be the best way to do it. But there is no way to automatically transfer that information. Another personal shopper saying that I always send new clients a welcome message. I've reached out to them via the message board, but the response rate is almost 0. Any tips? My tips for that, you can do an online chat. So if you see that they're online, maybe reach out to them and say, hey, I sent you a message. Just want to make sure you got it. Is there anything you're looking for? A lot of times they're not going to respond or come to you unless there's actually something you're looking for. So just letting them know that you're there and available to answer questions, I think, is a really great option. All right, so success stories. First one comes from Sarah. She said, a client of mine won a point sweepstakes this week. She was so happy that I introduced her to Shop Your Way. She used her points and is happy to shop at Kmart and Sears. She thinks sweeps is a great incentive to shop because some entries you get just for shopping and other for making a purchase with a Sears card. So I put this in here because it's a really great call out to our other features of the website that really draws people in. Our sweepstakes are huge. A lot of people come to Shop Your Way every day just to play sweepstakes, and it's really engaging. It really gets them to use the site and understand the site and view a lot of the products. So if somebody's hesitant or, you know, they're not sure how to use the website, even if you're confused a little bit on the features, play sweepstakes. We have lots of winners daily, lots of extremely happy winners. So make sure that you guys are engaged with them as well as telling your clients about them as well. Next one comes from Sharon. I like this story. We actually, Lauren and I were able to meet with Sharon when we were in Atlanta, and she told us about this. Her new client, who's 91 years young, she went into the store and couldn't locate her Shop Your Way information. It turned out it was under her nephew's name. So she was able to help get the name corrected, the address changed, and also assist her in opening up an email for her Shop Your Way account. And I know that when we had talked, she was meeting with her at the Kmart store to shop for clothes and furniture. She had just moved into an assisted living account. And I remember Sharon telling us that she was very on top of her toes and one of her most active clients. And it was just a really great story to hear that, you know, Sharon was able to reach out to her and provide this service and really help her, because it sounded like she didn't really have many people that she was able to get this kind of assistance from. So really great story there, Sharon. This last one I love because it's from Scott, who's kind of our Shop Your Way powerhouse. So I put this in here because of what we were just talking about in the webinar. But his is really simple. I've been having really good success using his personal shopper page. So exactly what we were just talking about. He opened up a brand page. He shares all of these deals, all of the ideas and sales with his clients, and that's how he's getting people to engage. Scott is, I'm sure if you spent any time on Shop Your Way, you've seen Scott around. So he's really, really great. He does most, if not all, of his business through Shop Your Way. So a really great testament that you can interact with clients and have clients and engage your clients strictly through Shop Your Way. So great job there, Scott. Like I said, your presence on Shop Your Way, everybody always sees you and knows about you. So really great job with that. And that is all I have for the webinar. Are there any other questions? I apologize. Looks like I might have missed a couple. Is there a way to separate out message from your clients versus people who are following me? No, there's not, unfortunately, because it all kind of comes as followers. I do understand that frustration. I do get a ton of messages as well. But unfortunately, right now, there is no capability to separate your followers versus people who might be playing sweepstakes and are asking for assistance there. Any updates for being able to send coupons to more than one person at a time? That is a functionality we are currently working on. We do not have an ETA, but as soon as we get that, we'll be sure to announce it. So I know that's a lot of feedback that people have been giving to us, so it is in the works as we speak. Having trouble recruiting in the Phoenix area, any ideas? As always, reaching out just first and foremost to your own social networks and, parent groups, church groups, soccer team, parents, whatever type of organization or groups you're part of, start there and the word will spread. Social media is huge. Again, showing the what's on your screen here with Scott, just getting active on Shop Your Way is going to help you tremendously as well. Sales competition, doing great. We don't have updates because we don't have numbers yet, so we'll have those. We'll pull those probably about the first week and a half into October and get some final numbers and start notifying people. So a lot of people have participated. We're really happy with that, and we're really anxious to see the numbers that come back and hear the successes off of those. So we'll be sure to let you guys know as soon as we get that. How many concierges are there that participated? Cynthia, I don't know for sure. I was actually putting a list together today, so it's funny that you asked that. But off the top of my head, I'd say probably about 50% of our concierges participated, and we have about 90 right now. So I'd say we probably had about 40 to 45 participate. Again, that's off the top of my head, so I don't know exactly. I do see that with the new brand page, you're being forced to choose 5 brands. Is there a way to bypass that? Sometimes with those pop-ups, if you click on the outside of it, on the outside of the box, they'll go away. I do know exactly what you're talking about because we ran into that this week with signing people up, and we just had people select 5, so they didn't seem bothered by it. But if people don't want to do it, have them try clicking on the outside of the box, and it should go away. That's the same is true for when they open up their personal shopper app as a client. They'll get some pop-ups, and if they don't want to answer those, they can click on the outside of the box and they'll go away. Why is the commission page lagging this month? That's from Sharon. That's a good question. We pull data from many different sources, so there might be a lag there. Our engineering team is very aware of it, so they are working on getting it more up to date and current. So we do apologize for the lag on that. Adelina, another item in my prize catalog is out of stock. Should I replace it or leave it alone? That's up to you. If it comes down to it and all of your items are out of stock, we'll either and find out how long it's going to be. That'll be kind of a in the moment decision. So right now you can go ahead and leave it if you'd like. You don't have to change it out. Another one saying, when I select items under Sears and Kmart, when I go to put them in my cart, it says merchant provider. If that's in regards to the competition, we'll look into that before we award prizes. We'll make sure that if it's something that can be sourced through Sears and Kmart, we'll make sure to get it through Sears and Kmart. What's happening with Savings Star? Jerry, I don't know if you have something more specific, if there's something specific going on about that or not. And Janice is saying clicking outside the box, and it looks like it didn't go away. So yeah, they'll just have to pick 5. Like I said, the people that we met with that signed up, it didn't seem to bother them. It's really quick. So. We have somebody asking, can I get multiple items of one item of the prize? Again, we'll decide that once winners are picked, we'll meet and decide, make those decisions. So I don't know how to answer that right now until everything's finalized. Anybody have any other questions related to what we talked about on the webinar? All right, we will be back then in 2 weeks. We will be back on Wednesday. I do believe we have some of our business units back with us, so we'll be learning about some great new products. I'm also going to try to get our toys business unit, and I've been seeing a lot of other companies send out their toy list already for the season, so I want to make sure that we get on top of that as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing those in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see everybody back in 2 weeks. Thanks, guys.